Good morning, ma'am.
Morning.
Assalamualaikum, ma'am.
Walaikum salam. Okay, right. Okay, so we can start. I'm going to share the board with you, okay? And okay, right. So I would like to ask you, okay. So since you have been studying chapter 5, right? And as I said, this is a very interesting chapter. You have a lot of sci-fi movies that are based on these topics. And again, these are very simple movies, documentaries, videos. You don't really need to have, you don't really need to be a physics major to understand them. You can understand them even if you know school level physics, for example. So I would like to ask you guys, can you tell me about any movie that's interesting that you watched related to one of these topics? Any movie, any video, any documentary? Yes, who would like to respond? Think about it. Dark web series. Okay, so Saib Khan is saying dark web series and Gravity. Okay, right. So Interstellar. Okay, dark web series. Okay, I've not watched this, but anyway, you can. It's not up. It's not going to come in the exam. It's just for fun. Okay. Interstellar. Okay, good. So Sahib Khan, can you tell us a little bit about what you watched? Sahib Khan, do you have a mic?
Hello.
Yes, Sahib.
Can you hear me, ma'am?
Yes, I can hear you.
Right. So, Dark is a web series, web series available on Netflix. It's about various concepts such as time travel, black holes, and other stuff. Obviously, it's fiction, but it discusses these topics.
Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so this is about black holes, time travel. This is all very interesting. That's great. Yes. Good. So how many episodes are these?
These are 3 seasons,
Three
and each
seasons.
season, yes, and each season has got like 7 or 8 episodes.
Okay, so 3 seasons. So you will continue watching this even after the course has ended, right? If you want, of course. Yeah.
Right. I watched all of them.
Oh, wow, that's great. Okay, so were you watching this in English or were you watching this in German?
I was watching in English with English subtitles.
So you have both choices. If you're trying to learn German, you can also watch it with German
Yes.
There are many options. For example, you can watch it in German language while having the subtitles in English, for example. Or if you're learning the language, you can switch on the German subtitles, right? So it's interesting actually. Yes. Okay. Any other comments, ideas? Think about it. I'm going to take the attendance. Okay. So. So that's why, Sahib, you were asking me in the beginning of the course about these topics, right?
Yes, actually, I watched a lot of movies on sci-fi, The Martian, Ad Astra, and so on.
Okay, so you gave us 3 names, right? So these are your favorites?
I can name many more. These were just the first that clicked into my mind.
Okay, great. So if you have any more ideas, you can give them in the chat or you can tell us and we will see if we can watch them, right?
Sure.
Okay, right. Ahmed Hassan, Fahad bin Emir, Hafiza Aisha, Muhammad Ali Musa, Mahnur Amjad, Nimra
Yes,
Arif. Mahnur, yes. Okay, Nimra Arif.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Sayyid Azad Asad, Farooq Ahmed, Laiba Khalid, Sahib Khan, Elia Shafqat,
Yes, ma'am.
Amna Maham,
Present.
good. Nashra,
Yes, ma'am.
Ruba,
Present, ma'am.
good. Halima,
Present, ma'am.
good. Nawab Siddiq, Sumavi Tahir, Saul Rafaqat.
Yes, ma'am.
Good, great. Okay, so if you have any ideas, you can tell us in the class, or you can also put this in the chat, and you can tell us any comments you have about it. So there's another one that Sahib Khan has suggested, and these are these. So you can watch these in your free time just for fun. Again, this is not a requirement for the examination, but of course when you watch them for fun, you also clarify your ideas. But remember, this is fiction. Many times what they're telling is not 100% true. Okay, right? So we are not saying this is a source of scientific information, but anyway, it's interesting and it arouses curiosity, and later on, if you're interested, you can go on and find out the real scientific concepts, right? Science fiction sometimes is very fictional, but sometimes you have documentaries which are actually based on real science. Okay, so of course you're now in university, you're mature enough to understand which information is authentic and which is not, but anyway, they're fun and interesting and they give you a lot of ideas and you can watch them, right? So this is the nice thing. Hanji, yes.
मैंने आपकी बात पे यस कहा है. मैं तो मूवीज देखती नहीं.
कौन बोल रहा है?
मैम आमना.
हाँ, आमना क्या कह रहे हो बेटा आप?
मैंने कहा मैम मैंने आपकी बात पे यस कहा. मैं वैसे मूवीज देखती नहीं, सो आई हैव नो आइडिया अबाउट एनी मूवी जिसमें ये सब हो.
अच्छा, you can try, you can watch. छोटी से शुरू कर लो, देख लो. You can find something that's interesting for you. ठीक है ना? क्योंकि कई दफा visualization helps you understand a lot of things. But again, I would like to also tell you to remember कि when you're watching fictional movies, उसमें हर बात जो होती है वो scientific fact पे base नहीं कर रही होती. ठीक है? और जब आप डॉक्यूमेंट्रीज वॉच करते हो तो उनमें बहुत सी ऐसी हैं, आप उसका सोर्स देखो, उसका ऑथर देखो, उसका रिव्यू देखो, यू विल अंडरस्टैंड कि वो वाकई साइंटिफिक फैक्ट्स पे बेस कर रही है. देयर आर मेनी सच एज वेल. एंड देन जो छोटी वीडियोस, जैसे कुछ लिंक्स मैंने भी आपको दिए, उनको भी अगेन आप उसको भी केयरफुल होके वॉच करो. यू कैन लुक एट द सोर्स एंड डिसाइड कि आपके ख्याल में वो ऑथेंटिक है या नहीं है. एंड देन इफ यू नीड टू डिग डीपर, you have many sources जिससे आप वो information confirm कर सकते हो. ठीक है ना?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, Saul.
Saul Rafaq.
Yeah.
मैम एक क्वेश्चन पूछना था. अगर हम जो इस कोर्स बुक का जो चैप्टर रीड कर लें 5, तो that would be enough for to solve the exam के हमें वीडियोस भी साथ देखनी पड़ेंगी सारी?
सारी कौन सी? That I have जो मैंने Moodle पे दी है?
जी मैडम.
वो तो बेटा बहुत छोटी छोटी सी हैं, वो तो आप आराम से देख सकती हो। वो दैट इज इन ऑर्डर टू क्लैरिफाई द कॉन्सेप्ट्स, दैट्स इट। आप देख लो, अच्छी बात है, राइट। मैंने बल्कि 2-3 सोर्सेज पोस्ट किए नासा के भी, एंड ये बहुत ही बच्चों के लेवल के हैं, दे आर वेरी इजी, ये इनमें से कुछ भी मुश्किल नहीं है, राइट। अगेन फॉर एग्जांपल आप बुक में कोई चीज पढ़ते हो और आपको वो चीज नहीं समझ आती बुक से, तो यू कैन गेट द हेल्प फ्रॉम द वीडियो और फ्रॉम द सोर्स, है ना। और कई दफा ऐसा भी होता है कि जो चीज आप बुक में पढ़ रहे हो, इफ यू गेट अ विजुअलाइजेशन उसकी, आपको वो वीडियो की फॉर्म में नजर आ रही है या पिक्चर की इमेज की फॉर्म में नजर आ रही है, तो भी आपकी अंडरस्टैंडिंग बेहतर हो जाती है ना। वही चैप्टर में जो इंफॉर्मेशन है, ठीक है, वो आपने पढ़नी है, जाहिर है, दैट्स द बेसिक टेक्स्ट वी आर फॉलोइंग, ठीक है। अच्छा जी, सो नाउ आई एम गोइंग टू शेयर, ये जो मूवीज यहाँ पे आज लिखी है, ये तो बिल्कुल जस्ट फॉर फन है, इसका एग्जाम या कोर्स के लिए नहीं है, लेकिन जो मैंने पोस्ट की हैं वो आप देखें जरूर, वो बहुत छोटी छोटी सी और बहुत आसान सी है, ठीक है। Okay, now I'm going to share the book. Oh, let me see. Mm-hmm. Okay, right. So one of the very interesting things about physics, in fact, and this is something that even if you're not a physicist, you're familiar with, and this is a equation which is very simple yet very powerful, which is E is equal to mc squared. We have talked about this before in our previous classes, and today we will use this equation to solve some problems, right? So E is equal to mc squared. As you remember, the E stands for energy, m is for mass, and c is for the speed of light. And you know that when we are talking about energy in the SI system of units, the SI system of units are joules, right? But in nuclear physics, normally the units that we use are electron volts. And since we know that the processes in which this equation plays a very important role, like fission and fusion, for example, they produce a huge amount of energy, and this is therefore given in MeV, so mega electron volts 10⁶. So even if there's a small mass difference, it can be converted into a large amount of energy, and that shows the power of this equation, right? Okay, so let's try to use this equation to solve some problems and understand it better. So whenever we are applying a concept and solving problems, we understand it better. So what do we need to understand for this purpose? You need to understand, for example, the unit of mass in the SI system is again kg. But then there's another unit of mass, which is AMU, the atomic mass unit. So this is also used in this case, and you have to understand the conversion between AMU and kg. Similarly, you also have to understand the conversion between joules and electron volts. So this is also explained here. You can see, for example, let's see, it's written over here. So the masses of individual atoms are normally given in U. So sometimes it's written as AMU, atomic mass units, and sometimes it's written as just U. So this is the unified mass unit, okay? And this is defined, the definition of this is 1/12 of the mass of an atom of carbon-12. So this is how this is defined. Okay, so the unified mass ratio, the unified mass unit is related to the kilogram according to this formula. One unified mass unit is equal to 1 gram divided by the Avogadro's number. What is Na is known as the Avogadro's number. What is the Avogadro's number? You're familiar with the Avogadro's number? Yes, it's also written over here. What is the Avogadro's number?
6.02 into 10 power 23.
Very good. So this is a constant. Its value is given over here. You can also see it here. It has been given here, but I'm also asking about the definition of the Avogadro's number. So what is the definition of the Avogadro's number?
Ma'am, it is like electrons in a molecule.
Okay.
It's something like that. ये इसी की तरह का कुछ अब exactly याद नहीं आ रहा.
Okay. Right. So this was defined by an Italian scientist whose name was Avogadro. And Avogadro's number gives us the number of atoms, ions, or molecules in 1 mole of a substance, right? So you must have studied this in school as well. It's also given in, it's also used in chemistry. And so the number of atoms, ions, or molecules in 1 mole of a substance is defined as the Avogadro's number. And this value has been found to be 6.023 into 10 raised to 23. So you don't need to learn or memorize this number, but you have to understand what it is, right? And how you're going to use it. So if, for example, a problem is given and the units are in U and you need to convert it to kg, you have to know how to do that, and vice versa. Okay. So, and also sometimes when you're solving problems, you might have to look up the values. And since we are doing open book exams, you can always look up values. So, so you can see here the conversion 1U is equal to 1.67 into 10 raised to minus 27 kg. Again, you don't need to memorize this, but you need to know and understand how we got this. Okay. So again, this is, if we use this these concepts again, we can convert, if we, for example, have a mass of this 1U and we need to convert it to energy using the equation E is equal to mc squared, then the amount of energy produced will be equal to how much? Can you do this calculation now? And then you can tell me and I'll give you 1 point for this, okay? Can you show me how 1U is equal to this value of energy? So 931 mega electron volts. ठीक है, समझ आई है?
जी मैम.
हाँ, इसको करो और मुझे बताओ, and then I'll give you a point for this. This is a very interesting question, and it will help clarify your concepts as well. Plus, it will help you solve further problems. ठीक है?
मैम ने ये बताना है 1 AMU kg के बराबर कैसे हुआ?
बेटा ये देखो, आपको मेरी बुक नजर आ रही है?
यस मैम.
अच्छा, so हमने क्या किया? We are talking about this equation E is equal to mc squared, है ना? अब हमने बात की है, अभी I explained the units, है ना? SI system, the units that we were studying in chapter 1, है ना? उसमें the units for mass are kg, the unit for energy is joules, and so on. But when we are talking about nuclear physics, for example, जिसमें ये बहुत ज्यादा यूज होती है, तो उसमें normally the mass, क्योंकि हम atoms के mass की, nuclei के mass की बात कर रहे होते हैं, वो mostly in units of यूनिफाइड मास यूनिट्स यू में दी जाती है, ठीक है ना? तो यू की डेफिनेशन आई जस्ट शेयर्ड इट विद यू, वो यहाँ पे आपकी बुक में भी दी हुई है. यू हैव द डेफिनेशन ऑफ यू एज 1/12 ऑफ द मास ऑफ एन एटम ऑफ कार्बन 12. ठीक है. सो यू को अगेन केजी में कन्वर्ट करना या वाइस वर्सा, तो यू हैव दिस फॉर्मूला हियर दैट आई हैव जस्ट एक्सप्लेन्ड. ओके, ठीक है. अच्छा, we have also talked about the fact that the unit of energy is joule, but again in nuclear physics, for example in fission and fusion, because when there's a small mass difference and it's converted into energy, you have a huge amount of energy that is produced, and the unit in that case used is not joules but it's electron volts. And since this is a large amount of energy, therefore we're using mega electron volts, which means 10 raised to 6. ठीक है. अच्छा, so now my question is, और ये यहाँ पे आपकी बुक में भी दिया हुआ है कि if you have 1U of mass, है ना, and it is converted into energy, so इसकी कैलकुलेशन का रिजल्ट आपको बता दिया है यहाँ पे. The result is the amount of energy produced from 1U of mass is 931 mega electron volts. मैंने आपको कहा है मुझे ये बताओ ये कैसे मिला हमें ये आंसर, ये कैलकुलेशन थोड़ी सी छोटी सी करके दिखाओ, and I'll give you 1 mark for this. समझ आ रही है आमना?
जी.
हाँ,
जी मैम आ गई.
ये मैंने आपसे कहा. So let's do it, and whoever does it first, please tell me your name, and then you can explain it, and then we can give you a mark for this. Okay. Okay. So the question that I've just talked about is, okay, and okay, yes, have you solved it? Who would like to answer this? Sahib Khan is asking, do we need to convert the values into SI unit? So what do you think is the answer to this? Yes. What do you think will be the answer to this?
I believe yes.
No, we don't. Because U is not an SI unit. Okay. But yes, you will need to use kg. Okay, us lihaz se it's yes. And Again, electron volt भी is a different kind of a unit than joules, है ना? ठीक है साहिब खान? Okay, so who has been able to do this? Who would like to explain?
Excuse me, ma'am, I will try if I just
Yes, Saif Khan,
solve it.
please go ahead.
Right, so we have according to this formula, first we converted the values, which is the formula is obviously E is equal to mc square. The value of c, as we know, is 2.998 multiplied by 10 raised to the power 8. And then we have mass, and we have these values in joules, which is the SI unit, as I asked. And after
Then no, just a moment. The unit of mass is
kg, obviously,
you want to use
in SI.
okay. What's the given value of mass you're going to use for this purpose, for this problem?
For this, we have AMU, like, which is equal to, if we convert this into kg, it is equal to 1.66 multiplied by some 10 raised to the power minus 27 kg.
ठीक है, right. Okay, so we were given a mass of 1 U here, right? So we have to use the value in kg because like the basic principles that I've explained in the beginning of the course is whenever you're solving a problem, all the units should be in the same system. So if we're using the velocity in SI system, then the mass also has to be in SI system. ठीक है, Sahib?
Right. Yes, yes.
Okay, good. चलो आगे.
And then we put these into the formula.
So we say
Uh,
E is equal to 1.67 into 10 raised to minus 27 kg multiplied
Right.
by 3 into 10
3
raised to 8 yes, meter per second squared ka squared. Okay. Then
Yes, yes. And then if we put it into formula, I mean, if we further solve it,
yes,
so we would divide the value, the solution that we have 14.94 multiplied by 10 raised to the power minus 11. We will divide that by
0.94 multiplied by 10 raised to
power minus 11.
11 and the units are
Joule.
these units are now joules. Okay, right.
Yes.
So far so good. It's right. Okay, next.
So, and then we are going to divide these by the value 1.66 multiplied by 10 raised to the power minus 19, the value that we had.
Just a moment. Okay, you are going to divide this by 1.6 into 10 raised to power 19 what?
Just minus 19.
What
10
is,
raised to the power minus,
why are we dividing by this value?
because we obtained this value earlier.
When did we obtain this value?
We obtained this.
Do you remember how we got this value?
This 10 raised to the power minus 19.
Yes.
मैम ये EV की वैल्यू है.
Yes, very good. So,
After
this is,
that, yes.
हाँ, बोलो.
Yes, so after dividing this by the given value, then we have EV is equal to like 1.6 multiplied by 10 raised to power something.
Okay.
And I think that is the answer.
Okay, right. Good. So then you get what's the answer that you're getting when you make this calculation?
It is
Maths.
931 multiplied by 10 raised to power 6.
And that's what we wanted to prove, है ना? So when you
Yes.
divide this, you get this is equal to 931 into 10 raised to 6, and the unit now becomes,
The unit becomes MeV.
the unit, this is electron volt, and then if you write this as 931, and this will be at the capital
Then-
letter, and then it's 931 MeV, right? ठीक है?
Yes.
Very good. Okay, yes, Abna, would you like to add something?
मैम इट्स द सेम, मैंने 1.49 तक पढ़ लिया था, ये डिवाइडिंग वाली समझ में नहीं आ रहा था, वो भी क्लियर हो गया क्योंकि हमने जॉल से कन्वर्ट करना था उसको मेगा इलेक्ट्रिक वोल्ट में, इसलिए हमने उसे डिवाइड किया है.
Very good. Yes. Okay. So let's see. इसके लिए why we are dividing this? ये number जो है actually ये कहाँ से आता है? It comes from the definition of an electron volt. ठीक है? So electron volt की definition क्या होती है? The definition of electron volt is, electron तो आपको पता है किसको कहते हैं, है ना? पता है ना? पता है?
यस मैम.
इलेक्ट्रॉन सबको पता है किसको कहते हैं, राइट? सो
यस मैम.
एंड अगेन वोल्ट सबको पता है किसको कहते हैं, हमने पढ़ा था, वी स्टडीड दिस इन चैप्टर नंबर 3, राइट?
यस मैम.
हाँ, तो फिर वहां से भी हमें पता चला वोल्ट क्या है, हमें पता चला इलेक्ट्रॉन क्या है, एंड आई जस्ट गिवन यू द डेफिनेशन ऑफ द इलेक्ट्रॉन वोल्ट. ठीक है? सो इलेक्ट्रॉन वोल्ट की डेफिनेशन क्या बनी? द डेफिनेशन ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन वोल्ट इज the amount of kinetic energy gained by a single electron when it is accelerated from rest to an electric potential difference of 1 volt. ठीक है? तो ये जो नंबर है एक्चुअली ये क्या है? दिस इज द चार्ज ऑफ एन इलेक्ट्रॉन. ठीक है?
यस मैम.
समझ आ गई ना अब ये नंबर क्यों हमने यूज किया था? दिस नंबर इज द चार्ज ऑफ एन, ये आपने कहाँ पढ़ा था? ये आपने पढ़ा था चैप्टर नंबर 3 में. तो आप चैप्टर नंबर 3 में जाके देख लें तो आपको अगेन ये चीज समझ आ जाएगी, राइट? सो दिस,
मैम
यस
मैम इसमें जो ये इज इक्वल के आगे वैल्यूज पुट किया, इसको डिवाइड किया है किस वैल्यू से मैम? वो बता दें वो कहाँ से आई? ये 1.6 10 के पावर -19.
ये साउल रफाकत बोल रहा है
जी मैम,
बेटा.
मुझे
मैं
इसकी समझ नहीं.
यही तो बता रही हूँ, मैं आपको यही तो बता रही हूँ. अभी मैंने क्या बताया आपको?
इंटरनेट डिस्कनेक्ट हो गया था इस वजह से.
अच्छा, इट्स ओके, डोंट वरी, आई एम रिकॉर्डिंग इट. ओके, सो आप दोबारा सुन लेना, मैंने यही चीज एक्सप्लेन की है. ठीक है? और इसकी मैंने आपको डेफिनेशन और एक्सप्लेनेशन यहाँ बोर्ड पे भी दी है. इसको जरा पढ़ो, क्या लिखा है, पढ़ो आप इसको. साउल
यस.
पढ़ो क्या लिखा है.
An electrovolt symbol EV, also written electron volt. Electron volt is amount of kinetic energy gained by a single electron accelerating from the rest through an electric potential difference of 1 volt in vacuum.
हाँ,
Electron charge symbol E, fundamental physical constant expressing the natural occurring unit of electric charge equal to 1.602176.
अच्छा, ये इतना बड़ा लिखने की बजाय हमने क्या किया है, इसको वो कर दिया है, क्या कहते हैं, राउंड ऑफ कर दिया है ना. जो पहले इस पूरे की बजाय हमने क्या लिख दिया? 1.6 into 10 raised to -19. So this is the charge of an electron. And when an electron, जब हमने joules को convert करना है electron volt में, तो we have to divide the number of joules with the charge of an electron. तो हमारे पास जो unit आता है, that is called the electron volt. Saul, is that clear now?
Yes ma'am, I got your
अब
point.
समझ आ गई है ना?
Yes, वो जोल को कन्वर्ट करेंगे इलेक्ट्रिक वोल्ट में, तो इस वजह से डिवाइड.
Very good. So now I'm going to
Thank
give you're welcome. So I'm going to give a point to Sahib. ठीक है Sahib? So Sahib gets 1 point, and that's very good. अच्छा, ये concept आपका clear हो गया, तो now you can solve further problems in this chapter. So let's look at that, and you can also practice this at home. So let's share the book again. Okay. No, this one. Okay, share and
मैम मेरी एक कोई क्लास स्टार्ट हो गई है, मैं रिमेनिंग रिकॉर्डेड सुन लूँ, उनके साइड
हाँ,
रिकॉर्डेड नहीं भेजती।
that's not a problem. ठीक है,
थैंक यू सो मच मैम, अल्लाह हाफिज।
अल्लाह हाफिज। Okay, so यहाँ पे you can see these are the problems that we've been solving. आप इसको घर में दोबारा प्रैक्टिस करना। हमने ये वाला पार्ट किया है, ये 5.7, 5.8, ठीक है। You can solve these now. ये बल्कि हमने कर लिया है, right? But you need to practice it, okay? And इसके बाद another problem that we can solve, and that's very interesting and it's based on this equation. लेकिन ये पूरा नहीं होगा अभी क्योंकि हमारी मीटिंग एंड होने वाली है, ठीक है। सो आप इसको घर में कंप्लीट करना and then we can also discuss it. तो इसमें क्या है, the problem is uranium minerals are naturally radioactive. We talked about fission, ये fission का question है, ठीक है। fission की application की बात हो रही, right? So fission में the fuel we're using is mostly uranium, right? Now uranium, for example, we know it has 238 units, right? And lead is another element, so uranium is an element and its symbol is U, and lead is another element and its symbol is Pb. Yeah, you know this from your basic periodic table, right? Okay, so when uranium fissions, right, what happens is that the uranium is split into two atoms, lead plus helium-4. ठीक है, आपको क्या नजर आ रहा है इस वक्त?
Book.
Book, ma'am.
ठीक है, so this is helium. Helium has a mass of 4, right? Atomic mass, right? And this is lead, which has a atomic mass of 206, and this is uranium, which has an atomic mass of 238. इसके exact values in units of U ये यहाँ table पे लिखी हुई है, ठीक है। इतने ज्यादा decimal places हमें क्यों चाहिए होते हैं? क्योंकि when we use the equation E is equal to MC, आम routine में बेशक हम ना use करें सारे decimal places, but when you are using this equation and we are converting mass into energy, तो बहुत थोड़ा सा mass difference होता है। In fact decimals में होता है, जो कि multiply by c squared gives us a huge amount of energy. इसलिए we use this all these decimal places. समझ आ रही है ना? ठीक है। तो ये जो रिएक्शन होता है इसमें फॉर एग्जांपल इसको फिशन रिएक्शन कहते हैं। आपने अभी in this chapter also we've talked about nuclear reactions. So fission reaction is a kind of a nuclear reaction जिसमें the uranium nucleus breaks up, it splits into two other, मतलब there are many kinds of fission reactions that can take place, but according to this example it breaks up into two kinds of elements. One is lead and the other is helium, and it produces, again आपको पता है, whenever you have a reaction the equation has to be balanced, and in order to balance the equation there are 8 helium atoms here, ठीक है। That's why you have this number 8. एटम्स नहीं है, ये न्यूक्लियाई है, ये न्यूक्लियर रिएक्शन है। इन न्यूक्लियर रिएक्शन यू हैव न्यूक्लियाई, आपको याद है ना वो एटम और न्यूक्लियस, न्यूक्लियस इज द सेंट्रल पार्ट ऑफ द एटम व्हिच इज पॉजिटिवली चार्ज्ड। उसके अंदर क्या होता है, प्रोटॉन्स, यू हैव प्रोटॉन्स एंड न्यूट्रॉन्स, सो दैट्स द पार्ट ऑफ द that takes place in the reaction which is known as fission. So we know that the uranium atoms decay stepwise to lead, releasing overall 8 alpha particles. And helium nuclei, when we talked about again in this chapter the section on radioactivity, helium nuclei are also known as alpha particles. इनको alpha helium nucleus उसका जो है ना उसको it's known as a alpha particle. So therefore this process releases energy because there's a mass difference on both sides of the equation. It will be a very small mass difference, but then again multiplying it by c squared will give you a huge amount of energy, and this is the basis of nuclear power. So that's the way nuclear energy is produced in power reactors that we have in Pakistan as well as in the rest of the world. So you can see here that again